Good morning, love streamers. All right. Welcome to Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living Sunday Celebration Love Stream for Sunday, May 9th, 2021. My name is Travis Hogue, and I will be your host, pushing buttons in the background. We're so happy you're here. We have a great service planned today. Mother's Day. Yay, moms! All right, our beloved Reverend Elizabeth is with us delivering an uplifting and inspired talk on the topic of revolutionary love. And will be joining us shortly, as well as Charlie Carlin with a Science of Mind reading, and our beloved practitioner, Jeff Tucker, will be doing an opening prayer for us. Our musical inspiration today, Raising the Vibe, is Gina Salā. Woohoo! And while I'm bringing her into the stream here, I'm going to invite you to share this love stream with your family and friends, perhaps start a watch party if you're watching on Facebook. We're also streaming on YouTube. A big hello to you watching on YouTube or watching a replay in the future. Be sure to leave your comments if you're able. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. In the meantime, let us light the way with inspired music by the amazing Gina Salā. Take it away.
Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Celebrating the Ma, the mothers. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, and the divine Ma. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. My friends, if you like, put your hand on your chest. Feel your heart vibrating as we offer voices, vibration for our love of our mothers, of the Mother Earth, Divine Ma. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Ah, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. And what's a time or situation that really opens your heart to your mother or the Divine Mother? What's something that comes to your heart that you're like, oh, maybe it's a grandmother? Sing after me if you like. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, ma 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 ma. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. And feel free to just wake up, say the word Ma, sing along. I'll chant mantras to the Divine Ma, who gives protection, removes fear, is nurturing, caring for all, one of the many names. Om Shri Dung Durgaya Namaha. 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 Happy Mother's Day, Mama, Mama. Happy Mother's Day, Mama, Mama. Om Shri Dung Durgaya Namaha. Om Shri Dung Durgaya Namaha. Om Ring Dung Durgaya Namaha. Om Ring Dung Durgaya Namaha. Om Ring Dung Durgaya ma, 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 J, ma, J, ma, J, victory, love to all the mas. Ma, J, ma, J, ma, and the divine ma, J, ma, J, ma. Breathe that in. Thanks and praise, ma.
JJ Ma, so beautiful. Thank you, Gina Salā. Oh, we're so blessed to have Gina back with us today. It's a beautiful day. Here's a rose or a carnation for you. Oh, yes. Welcome, beloveds. I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley-Hogue, and I'm the spiritual director and senior minister at the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. And I would like to welcome you to the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. And now we have an affirmation that is going to be up on the screen here, and I invite you to please repeat after me. I feel the presence and qualities of the Divine Mother now.
I feel the presence and qualities of the Divine Mother now.
I am nurtured, blessed, safe, and secure.
I am natured, blessed, safe, and secure.
I let the love wash over me now.
I let the love wash over me now.
And so it is.
And so it is.
All right. Happy Mother's Day. And now Travis will introduce our musician for today.
All right, that's right. So my name is Travis Hogue, and I'm also the music director here at the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. And it is my great honor to introduce to you our musical inspiration today, Gina Salā. I'm going to bring her into the stream and read a little bit about her from her bio. Gina Salā, the Western kirtan singer who captures the sweet, silky essence of traditional Indian vocal traditions, singing with a tenderness that draws the listener deep into the heart of devotion. So Gina Salā has been chanting since her early years in a Hindu ashram. Her performance credits include Cirque du Soleil, the United Nations, festivals, and huts. With warmth, humor, and devotion, Gina Salā weaves together her passions for Indian classical music, Sanskrit, relaxing grooves, and story in her offerings. She leads retreats and classes internationally in sound, voice, and mantra. And I would love to take this opportunity to promote a Monday night chant or a Monday chant with Gina. It would be night somewhere in the world, wherever you are. Everybody, this is an international online event. So these Monday chants and mantras with Gina Salā, rest, renewal, love, they happen on Mondays, and this would be 7:30 p.m., where she is Mondays at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So wherever you are in the world, and you can find and purchase this information and Gina Salā music or tickets to her events at ginasalā.com, as well as, I think I just mentioned that you could sign up for our online Monday chants and mantra then. And I also want to give you a couple of fun facts. So those of you that know Gina, fans of hers from around the world, you may not know these 4 fun facts for Gina Salā. One, well, I just mentioned this one. She did grow up in a Hindu ashram in Canada. Okay. And when you're with her, Maybe ask her about this particular one. She was lost in the Himalayas. For 3 months, she was lost. So I know there's a great story here. Also, her favorite color is green. And this is my favorite of the bunch. She is obsessed with bird songs. I love you, Gina Salā. We love you. This community loves you. Without further ado, Gina Salā, take it away.
Oh, thank you. What an intro. My friends, let your body move like water. Actually, let's sing to Yemaya, Imonja, Yemonja. This is the mother of the flowing waters. And the words are Yemaya Asesun, Asesun Yemaya, Yemaya Olodo, Olodo Yemaya. Yemaya Asesun, Asesun Yemaya, Yemaya Asesun, Asesun Yemaya, Yemaya Olodo, Olodo Yemaya, Yemaya Olodo, Olodo Yemaya, Yemaya Olodo, Olodo Yemaya. The translation that I like of this chant, which is from the Orisha tradition from West Africa, made its way to Brazil, Candomblé, or Cuba, Santeria. It says the mother of the waters holds the children of the fishes. Feel that water like in the womb of the mar. Every one of us has been in that watery womb, a womb full of love. Yemaya Asesun, Asesun Yemaya, to Divine Mother. Yemaya Asesun, Asesun Yemaya, Yemaya Olodo, Olodo Yemaya, Yemaya Olodo, Olodo Yemaya, Yemaya Asesun, 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 Yemaya, like we're being rocked by Divine Ma. Yemaya Asesun, 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 Yemaya, Yemaya Olodo, 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 Yemaya. And as a prayer of gratitude for the Divine Ma, for the fresh waters, for all the waters in our body and the waters of love. Yemaya Asesun, Asesun Yemaya, Yemaya Asesun, Asesun Yemaya, Yemaya Olodo, Olodo Yemaya, Yemaya Olodo, Olodo Yemaya, Olodo, Olodo, Olodo Yemaya, Asesun, Asesun, Asesun Yemaya, Yemaya Asesun, Asesun Yemaya, Yemaya Asesun, say soon, yeah, Maya. Yeah, Maya, Olodo. Olodo, yeah, Maya. Yeah, Maya, Olodo. Olodo, yeah, Maya. Feeling that rocking like in the waters. Thank you, Divine Ma, by your many names, and for your presence in our very bodies. Yeah, Maya, Olodo. Olodo, yeah, Maya. Ma. Ashe, Ashe.
So beautiful and relaxing. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, love. We're so blessed by you.
Thank you.
And it's now time for our announcements for today. And I will turn it over to our announcements angel, Travis Hogue.
Thank you very much. Good morning, CSL. That's right. My name is Travis. I am your friendly neighborhood announcements angel for today, Sunday, May 9th, 2021, Mother's Day. I will now read our mission statement. With everything we do, we aim to raise the vibe. We teach innovative spiritual practices and principles that inspire deeper love of self and others, transformation, a closer relationship with God, freedom from suffering, expansive joy, prosperity, and healing of the body, mind, and spirit. We are a conscious group of positive, inspired, spiritually motivated individuals transforming lives. We just happen to have a spiritual center. Want to check us out? Yeah. All right, beloveds, please join us after the service for coffee and conversation at 11 a.m.-ish Pacific Standard Time via Zoom. The link will be in the comments section here, and you can also find it on our center's webpage in the Coffee and Conversation event. And spiritual connection calls. We have these connection calls every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. On Wednesdays, you can find the link on our Facebook page under events. And as a reminder, we're not holding these calls on Mondays and Fridays for the time being. Ooh, Date Night with God is back. Join Reverend Elizabeth and Travis for a brand new Date Night with God service this Wednesday, May 13th. 6:30 p.m. on Facebook Live. Reverend Elizabeth is available now for spiritual coaching sessions by appointment only on Thursdays between 6 and 8 p.m. Please contact her at revelizabeth@ccccsl.org to book a session or to get more details. Next Sunday, we have the amazing Amy Steinberg returning as our musical inspiration. Woohoo! E-News. This is our Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living newsletter. So if you want to keep up with all the amazing events happening at our center, you'll definitely want to subscribe. And you can do this by going to our website at ccccsl.org, choose e-news and follow the instructions there. Or you can email us at info@ccccsl.org and we will get you added. And I wanted to give a big shout out to our love streamers here on YouTube and Facebook Live and those that are watching on the replay. We're loving all your comments. Please let us know where you're watching from and be sure to click on the subscribe or like button. Subscribe on our YouTube channel or the like button on our Facebook channel. All right, Amazon Smile. So this is really cool. Amazon donates a small percentage of your eligible Amazon Smile purchases to the charitable organization of your choice. And I would have you please consider adding the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living Templeton as your charitable organization. You can do so by going to our website and clicking on the Contribute to a Higher Vision, and then scroll down to the middle of the page, and it has some instructions for you. Or you can reach out to me, and I can help you get set up there. Next up, we have a raise and praise, and I'd like to take this opportunity to raise and praise all our mothers out there. The mothers or the people that are currently mothering all of us. We want to raise and praise you. I want to also give a shout out to Mother Earth, the mother of all mothers, right there. Thank you so much. And I would love to thank you for your ongoing donations to our center during this unique time. I want to raise and praise all of you. Our operations are fully supported by your generosity, and we're looking forward to gathering at our physical center in the future. You can donate here on Facebook Live with the donate button, or via PayPal at paypal.me/CCCSLLove. You can also visit our landing page and click the donate link in the center of the page. And I would love to just thank you for your consideration. We love you. We miss you. And that, my beloveds, has been the announcements.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Travis. And friends, I would love to remind you now, if there is something that is heavy on your heart for which you would like prayer for, or maybe there's something you're looking to manifest in your life, please send your prayer requests to us at info@ccccsl.org, and our prayer team will pray over them for the next week. And now it is my great joy to turn it over to Charlie Carlin for our Science of Mind reading for today.
I sing life's song of joy. You are part of the universal mind, one with the universal substance. You live, move, and have your being in pure spirit. All the wealth, the power, and the goodness of the spirit exist at the center of your being. You experience the good in such degree as you accept, believe in, and feel it. As you enter into life, feeling the divine presence in everything, more and more you will hear a song of joy singing at the center of your being. You have only to be still and listen to this song of life, for it is always there. Say this: knowing that the loving presence is always closer to me than my very breath, I have nothing to fear. I feel this living, loving protection around me. I know that the song of joy, of love, and of peace is forever chanting its song of praise and beauty at the center of my being. Therefore, I tune out all unhappy and negative ideas. I tune in to the sunshine of life, into brightness and laughter, into joyous experience of radiant spirit. I lay aside all anxiety, all striving, and let the law of divine love operate through me and into my affairs. Joyfully, I anticipate greater abundance, more success, and a deeper peace. Gratitude wells up within my heart for all the blessings I am now receiving. And so it is.
And so it is. And now, my beloveds, we'll introduce our practitioner for today, Jeff Tucker, for the opening prayer.
Good morning. As we come together today in our celebration, I am filled with joy knowing that the divine source within us brings us together as one spiritual family. The power of one becomes magnified as the power of many and demonstrates in a beautiful way that we are indeed all connected. I recognize the presence of spirit in everything I think, see, and do, and acknowledge the blessed I am that I am. It is the power and presence of spirit within me that lifts me up when I fall, clears my eyes to see limitless possibilities, erases fear from my mind, and teaches me the value of one step at a time as I learn to walk, then run in the direction of my highest good. Spirit guides us on our journey toward our truest selves, where we discover that our potential is limitless, and what once was thought to be unimaginable becomes our daily experience. I am grateful for each and every day for the power of the divine that flows through us, that flows to us, and flows from us, empowering us to create and demonstrate through the power of the universe that life is better than any of our wildest dreams. I confidently step out of the way and let the good flow. And I know that everything is possible because we are indeed part of the divine equation. And so it is.
And so it is, and so it is, and so it is, so it is. So we can lay back in the arms of love. Lay back in the arms of love. Rest back in the arms, darling. You are safe from harm, eternal soul. Rest back in the arms of love. Sing with me. Lay back in the arms of love. Lay back in the arms of love. Rest back in the arms, darling. You are safe from harm. Rest back in the arms of love. And that nurturing, loving Ma that's within every one of us, ever present even when the mind forgets. Love knows how to love even when the mind forgets. So let's send this love on out to all the world and lay back in the arms of love. Lay back in the arms of love and rest back in the arms, innocent one. You are safe from harm. Rest back in the arms of love. And is there a time that maybe you forgot to love yourself as the perfect source of love loves you? Is there a time that you forgot to love a brother or sister as the source of love? Let's send that love where it's needed, in ourselves or in someone who comes to heart. And let that sweet love heal and nurture. Sing with me or receive. Lay back in the arms of love. Lay back in the arms of love. Rest back in the arms, eternal one. You are safe from harm, oh yes. Rest back in the arms of love. And knowing that it's the divine source of love that knows how to love all the time. Let's celebrate that mother, yours and mine and the divine. JJ Ma, 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 Ma, JJ 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 Ma, oh ma, oh ma, oh ma, oh ma, beautiful ma, oh ma, oh ma, oh ma, beautiful ma, in the mountains, in the seas, in the love that heals and frees, in each other, in our mothers. May we see you everywhere. Oh my, oh my, beautiful ma. Oh my, oh my, oh my, beautiful ma. And may we rest back in the arms of love. Rest back in the arms of love. Let's sing that one more time to our mothers or to whoever comes to heart right now. Your higher self knows. Lay back in the arms of love. Lay back in the arms of love. Rest back in the arms, darling. You are safe from harm, eternal soul. Rest back in the arms of love.
Oh, wow. So beautiful. Thank you, Gina.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you, my love. So beautiful. We're so blessed. What a beautiful, beautiful gift to have Gina Salā here with us today on this Mother's Day as we celebrate the Divine Mother in all. Oh, it's just such a gift. I'm so relaxed and filled with that sweetness and that loving, beautiful vibe that you give out. Thank you, Gina. Again, I can't thank you enough. Happy Mother's Day, beloved. So hello, friends. If you're just tuning in, I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley-Hogue, and I'm the Spiritual Director and Senior Minister at the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. And yeah, it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, everyone, to all genders alike. We're all mothers, even if we don't have children. And to those of you who had maybe a poor relationship with your mother, and this is a difficult day for you, I see you. I see you. I honor you. And I know that the Divine Mother loves you more than anything and is holding you so close right now. The image of Amma pops into my mind, and Amma, for those who don't know, is also known as the hugging saint. And so let that divine embrace, strengthen, and nurture and love you in any of those places that your earthly mother did not. Feel that embrace now. I know you can feel it. And so today, my friends, I celebrate all of the mothers, all of them, including those who currently mother, have ever mothered, and mothers to be. We know so many who are experiencing motherhood to their children for the Mother's Day for the first time this year, and that is so beautiful. Whether it be your own children, the children of others, pets, friends, plants, or your own inner child. There is mothering aspects. There are mothering aspects in all of those, right? So if you have ever nurtured, guided, offered a healing presence, given a hug, unconditionally loved, or shared a strength and wisdom with another, you have mothered. And I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for you. Let us be grateful for that inner voice that never leads us astray, and to which we still our mind and open our hearts and listen. And of course, happy Mother's Day to our mothers who birthed us into this world. And on Mother's Day, you can't help but think of your father too, right? Mother's Day. Our mothers are our mothers, and they wouldn't be our mothers had it not been for our dads. And so we're grateful for our fathers too, and that's another sermon. So today, I had this talk all prepared, and it was too long, and then I pared it down and reorganized it and rearranged it. But what I would like to do this morning is to begin with our Mother's Day mothering ceremony instead of having that be at the end of the service. And since Gina has set us up so beautifully already, we're going to dive right into that. And so, my friends, I'll begin with a reading from a book called Wild Mercy, Living the Fierce and Tender Wisdom of the Women Mystics by Mirabai Starr. And you can close your eyes or just relax and listen to this beauty. I open myself to the source of all creation. It is both mother and father, and all that is seen and unseen. It created me out of its perfection, and it only knows my wholeness. As I open my spiritual eyes, I recall that place within that knows me like I know my own name, and I take refuge. I am safe. I am loved. I am home. As I raise my awareness to this essential reality in my life, my mind and my heart open, as my vision clears and I look upon the world as the mother. I choose to love myself. I choose to love what I label other. Like the proverbial mother, I see all creation as the child. Sometimes it behaves in ways I approve and promote, and sometimes in ways I can't fathom. But it is still the child, the creation of the one, and I chose love, no exceptions. And it is the power of this love that heals and reveals a greater good, a clearer understanding, and a pathway to what is mine to do, to be this powerful love in action. While my thoughts and emotions may wander in the din of a world crying out for love, I come home again and again to this eternal truth that we are one in the heart of the Mother of creation, and that she is calling us home to her to remember the power and presence that we are made of. I take refuge in the mother. I take refuge in prayer. I take refuge in love. I am one with the love of my life. I am blessed beyond measure, and with a grateful heart, I let this be, and so it is. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be. And now, my friends, we're going to begin. We're going to begin in our ceremony here with what we used to do at the center before the pandemic was create a heart. We created a heart shape up on the pulpit, and that was shaped with flowers and different stones And it was a heart, like a heart shape that at the end of the service, people could come up to the pulpit and stand in it and receive the blessings of the Divine Mother and feel and really connect with whatever it is they are mothering in their lives at that moment, and let that energy lift them and propel them into that creation, giving them the courage and the fortitude and grace that is needed in these times of the birthing process. And so we don't have that per se, but we're going to create this same type of heart circle virtually. So we're creating it here, and normally we would have a stone in our hands, but today we're going to just use our open hands, our open palms. So I invite you, wherever you are, to place one hand out like so, and the other hand like so, as you are beginning to receive the Divine Mother energy. And we're going to now honor all of the mothers of our lineage and ask them to join us with their Divine Mother energy by speaking their names into the room. I'm going to begin by naming goddesses. And so I invite you just to listen and feel that energy and beauty and love of the divine goddess names. And then I will invite you to share names of your mother and every mother that comes to your mind, all of the mothers that you know. And you may even type it into the comment section if you're watching on Facebook, or the comment section on YouTube, either one. We see them all through here on StreamYard. So here we go, blessings and love. And so normally there would be music, but we're going to move through this in the silence together. So we have Adi Shakti, Amma, Annapurna, Aphrodite, Artemis, Athena, Bast, Beltane, Bhavani, Bhumi, Brahmani, Brigid, Ceres, Chakti, Chintamani, Devi, Dhumavati, Diana, Durga, Eos, Freya, Gaia, Ganga, Gayatri, Hathor, Hera, Inanna, Indrani, Isis, Kalasidi, Kali, Kaveri, Lakshmi, Lalita, Ma, Mamiwata, Mandarava, Matangi, Mazu, Minerva, Mother Divine, Mother Goddess, Mother Mary, Narashima, Natura, Ostara, Pachamama, Parvati, Kuan Yin, Radha, Rudrani, Sarasvati, Savitri, Sita, Sophia, Tara, Varahi, Vinayaki, Viraja, Yamuna. And now let's put some names out here of ours, our mothers, and all of the mothers that we know. And I'm going to speak mine, and I invite you to speak yours or put them in the comments. And we're invoking their presence here together. And so we've got a long list: my mother, Linda, and Mama Jody, Kathy, Vicky, Leslie, Lori, Heather, Audrey, Amy, Shannon, Anne, Jane, Lavon, Susan, Sharon, Lila, Gina, Karen, Greta, Verly, BJ, Gina again, Mindy, Ella, Leanie, Minetta, Patty, Chris, Therese, Diane, Harry, Dolores, Carmen, Maki, Mika, Elizabeth. I see lots of names going into the comments here. Mother Teresa, Mama Jody, Patty Cake, Aunt Pat, Shannon, Beverly. I see Sylvia, Jackie, Sherry, Connie, Gertrude, Goldie, Karen, Barbara, Vera, Della, Rosemary, Mary, Karen. Oh, and so many more, beloveds, so many more. And feel free to continue to add the names here as they come up. But for now, I invite you to place your hands now over your heart as if you are blessing yourself and repeat after me. I love you, Mother. I forgive you, Mother. Thank you, Mother. I am whole, perfect, and complete. I accept myself exactly as I am. All of my needs are met. I am one with my source. And so it is. And so you are. And so are we. Now I invite you to call to mind whatever you might be mothering right now in your own life. You can type that in the comments as well if you would like. Maybe you're in the process of bringing a new book into the world. And so that would be a book. Maybe you're mothering a new project or a new furry friend. Maybe you're nurturing your way back to right and perfect, vibrant health. Or perhaps you're finding new ways to nurture yourself or your spiritual community. Maybe it's a new way of being that you have chosen to embody. Maybe you're choosing a new way right now. Maybe you're mothering clarity. Perhaps there's a new way of talking to yourself or your partner that you're nurturing and mothering. Maybe you've been inspired by someone else's mother. Or perhaps you've committed to a new spiritual practice, like prayer and meditation, and you're mothering that. Or maybe you've increased your giving or your service to the world and you're mothering all that comes with that. Or maybe you've promised to be more kind and loving to yourself and others. Or perhaps you're entering a new stage in your life, a new phase, perhaps, a new era. So as we call to mind whatever that project is or that thing that we are mothering and nurturing and bringing into existence, we can honor this divine feminine within us and know that we call upon the great lineage of mothers that have come before us, and they help us. They bring this power. We know we are backed up by Mother, Father, God, this divine presence in all. And now I invite you to imagine in your mind's eye that you are bringing this, say you've written it down on a little note card, and you're bringing that up to the altar and placing it into the heart where it will be infused and nurtured by the motherly love of all mothers of all time the Divine Mother, and all of us. And feel how that feels to have it nurtured and to be walking side by side, hand in hand with the invisible presence, which is the divine intelligence within all of life. Spirit has our backs always, in all ways, and we can truly lay back in the arms of love. Lay back, know that you are safe, that nothing can harm you, that all of your desires and dreams are coming into form even right now. And it is so beautiful, and so it is. Woo! I would be totally complete with having that be the whole thing for today, but we've got a little bit more to cover. And so feeling and allowing yourself to absorb and be in that motherly love, I'm going to give you really the highlights for today. And the topic for today is revolutionary love. And in alignment with that, there is one of our books of the month for the month is called See No Stranger, a memoir and manifesto of revolutionary love. And this was just published in June of 2020. And I don't know if any of you have read this book yet, but the author Rowley-Hogue is amazing. She is so poetic, and what she is talking about is oneness, and it's very much in alignment with our teaching. And she wants to, or is speaking to bringing that level of oneness into what we know as the civil rights movement and activism. And so Rowley-Hogue is an American civil rights activist who has labored with communities of color since September 11th, fighting unjust policies by the state and acts of hate in the street. She's been on the front line. And so her life on the front line of this experience in America has been a study for her of what she calls revolutionary love. And for her, and it's in parallel with our teaching, it's to enter into labor for others who may not look like us, or to enter into labor for those of our opponents who we think have hurt us, and for ourselves. So others, opponents, and ourselves. Now, seeming opponents, right? So she starts out one of her TED Talks by telling us and sharing the moment on the birthing table that feels like dying. I haven't given birth to an actual baby myself, but she says there is a moment that actually feels like dying. I know many of you can relate to that. And she said the body in labor stretches to form an impossible circle. The contractions are less than a minute apart, and wave after wave, there's barely time to breathe. And the medical term for this is called transition. But she said it feels like dying, but feels like dying isn't really scientific. So it's transition. Now she is on the table and has her mother by her side. And the midwife is telling her, I can see the baby's head. And all she could feel was fire. So she turned to her mother in that moment and said, I can't. But her mother was already pouring prayer into her ear, the prayer of her beloved grandfather, which were the hot winds cannot touch you. You are brave. You can do this. And then suddenly, I just got the God bumps. Suddenly, she saw her grandmother standing behind her mother, and her mother behind her, and her mother behind her. There was a long line of women who had pushed through the fire before her. She took a breath and pushed, and her son was born. Wow, that is a powerful example for us to consider when we are experiencing these huge transformations in our lives, right? Individually, it feels like dying. There is so much that we are letting go of, and so much that we are becoming. And like the caterpillar changing into the butterfly, the caterpillar doesn't know that it's got to die, that there's this great transition, and it doesn't know yet what it's becoming. But the promise, the guarantee is that it's becoming a magnificent, beautiful butterfly, and it's going to be more amazing than the caterpillar could have ever imagined. And so, revolutionary love. Love is more than a rush of feeling that happens to us. We're in the Science Mind teaching. We all know that. Love with a capital L is synonymous with our understanding of spirit, the divine. It is love. And so we know that it's more than a rush of feeling, but there's this thing called revolutionary love, which is what today's talk is all about. And it is a choice that we make over and over and over again. So Science of Mind is, as a theology, is a deep belief in oneness. The fact that we are all one, we are all interconnected, we are all interdependent. And when we realize this deeply, love can become the natural way that we relate to the world, from a space of love, from a space of an open heart, from a space of, you are a part of me that I do not yet know, not from a space of otherness or separate. So love, my friends, is what brings us into this relationship with ourselves, with others, and even with our perceived enemies. Our perceived enemies. And through that brings us into powerful ways of acting for people outside of ourselves, right? So it is through this love that we yearn to more deeply know one another. It is through that love that we are motivated and fiercely protected by another. It is through that love that we grieve deeply when we lose another. And it is through that same love that we find our way back to one another to reconcile. Yes? Are you with me? I've got no studio audience here today. Okay, I see Travis. Thank you. All right. So Valerie, in her memoir and manifesto of revolutionary love, shares the story about Balbir Singh Sodhi. Now, Balbir Singh Sodhi is one of the first Sikh, S-I-K-H, people to be killed in a hate crime following 9/11. And it was 15 years to the day that she arrived back to the gas station where he was killed, and she lit a candle for him there. And Balbir Singh Sodhi's brother, Rana, was there. And Rana turned to her and said, "Nothing has changed." And she looked within and she said, "Well, who have we not yet tried to love?" And so then they decided to call the murderer of Balbir Singh Sodhi in prison. And she called the prison, and when she heard the voice of Frank Croke, the man who once said, "I'm going to go out and shoot some towel heads. We should kill their children too," every emotional impulse in her said, "I can't. I can't." So it became an act of will for her to wonder, why? She asked Frank, "Why did you agree to speak with us today?" And Frank said, "I'm sorry for what happened, but I'm also sorry for all the people killed in 9/11. He failed to take responsibility," she thought, so she became really angry and was feeling like she needed to protect Rana. But Rana, his brother, was still wondering about Frank, listening. He responded and said, "Frank, This is the first time I'm hearing you say that you feel sorry. And Frank says, yes, I am sorry for what I did to your brother. One day when I go to heaven to be judged by God, I will ask to see your brother, and I will hug him and I will ask him for forgiveness. And Rana says, we already forgave you. So, my friends, forgiveness is not forgetting. Forgiveness is freedom from hate. Forgiveness is liberating your own soul from that bondage. Because when we are free from that level of hate, we can see the ones who hurt us not as monsters, but as people who themselves are wounded, who themselves have felt threatened, who don't know what else to do with their insecurity but to hurt others. So what if some of us begin to wonder about them and listen to their stories? Valerie tells us that participation in oppression comes at a cost. It cuts others off from their own capacity to love. So what if we were to love our opponents, our so-called opponents, right? In Science of Mind, we believe that we know what we believe, that everything is happening in our minds. And so loving our opponents, our perceived opponents, allows us to open our hearts and to be present and available to the love that lives within us. Revolutionary love then is forgiveness. Revolutionary love is about loving all of that, about being open and available to all of that, right? So we can love ourselves truly when we breathe through the fire of pain and refuse to let that harden into hate. So she says that love must be practiced in all three directions in order to be revolutionary. So there's loving ourselves. Now, loving just ourselves feels good, but that's narcissism. And loving only our opponents is self-loathing. And loving only others is ineffective. Now, this is where many movements are living right now, working to just love others. But we need to practice all three forms of love. How do we do that? Number one, in order to love others, we are called to see no stranger, to train our eyes to look upon strangers on the street, on the subway, on the screens, and say in our minds, brother, sister, aunt, uncle. When we say this, we are saying in our minds, you are a part of me I do not yet know. I choose to wonder about you. I will listen for your stories and pick up a sword when you are in harm's way. Number two, in order to love our opponents, tend the wound. So the question becomes, can you see the wound in the one who hurt you? Can you wonder even about them? Now, if this question sends panic through your body, then the most revolutionary act for you is to wonder and listen and respond to your own needs. Number three, in order to love ourselves, breathe and push. When we are pushing into the fires in our bodies and in the world, that's the fire of transformation, right? When we're pushing into that, we need to be breathing together and pushing together. So the question becomes, how are you breathing each day? And who are you breathing with? And it's such a beautiful thing to hear that we need to love ourselves, my friends, because Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, they both also talked about loving others, loving our opponents. They never talked about loving ourselves. So I love this new piece in this concept of revolutionary love, which is to love ourselves. Now, that idea is brought in by Valerie Kaur, a woman. So how beautiful is that? for her to be mothering that into the world. Now, before anybody starts freaking out and saying, well, you're talking about political stuff and da-da-da, it's not political, my friends. It's not political. People, we are all people. This is one human family. If you are not loving others as yourself, perhaps you're in the wrong teaching. I don't know, but it is about loving others. So I'm not leaning in one way or another politically, just to clarify and add that in for those of you. But regardless of my saying that, some of you may still feel that way, and that's okay too. So the question becomes, what if the darkness that is being experienced is not the darkness of the tomb, but the darkness of the womb? That means this is our great transition. Oh. So friends, the revolutionary love is the great work of our lives. And that same work brings us into this state of love, which is a direct experience of the divine. Every time we act through this revolutionary love, every time we are moved to love ourselves enough to say enough is enough, every time we love another enough to fiercely protect them, to fight for their dignity, to come into a deeper relationship with the struggles of their pain, and every time we allow this same love to bring us into a state of true wonder and curiosity with those we have even made our enemy, we are in a state of love. And when we are in this state of love, we are one with the divine. And so let's pray. Knowing that there is only one love, only one life, and that life is spirit, I give thanks for this goddess. And I know that this goddess divine is in me, as me, and through me, just as it is in, as, and through everyone. It has birthed us into existence for this day, for such a time as this. And I know that we have the power and the beauty and the presence and the energy of this divine mother behind us always. And so anytime we feel like we're not totally in alignment with our calling, or we think we want things to transform, but we don't know how or what that means, we can lay back in the arms of love and feel the divine energy, that divine mother energy that is nurturing and embracing us, hugging us, loving us exactly as we are. And we are propelled into our good, which is here right now. And so thank you, Spirit. I'm so grateful for this and so much more. I'm so grateful for the love that lives within me and within all of us. And I give thanks, knowing that the blessings are multiplied as we go out from here and celebrate with our mothers. And for the mothers who are no longer with us, we hold them in our hearts and find some way to honor them on this beautiful day. Maybe an honoring of them could be through forgiveness. Yes. Yes. And love. And so I thank all mothers on this day. I love all mothers, even that mother. Oh, I'm so grateful for this love. I'm so grateful to be present and to allow this love to come forth into my life. God is good all the time, and we are blessed. I release this prayer knowing it is so. I take my hands off of it and allow it to be. Amen, Ashe, and so it is.
Wow. Wow, so it is. Thank you so much. Can you feel that? Here's a chant for the divine Ma in the form of light, the universal Ma, a mantra of enlightenment of love, of light, of wisdom. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. All our cells dancing with light, with that light of wisdom, that light of love, guided from ancestors, from all lineages Elizabeth talked about. The cells lit up, the heart lights up, the mind lights up. This is what this mantra celebrates, that illuminating presence, Divine Ma Gayatri. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. For all. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Allowing that light of love to shine through each of us. Thank you, thank you. Feeling my cells dance makes my body want to dance. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Ma, beautiful Ma, beautiful Ma, beautiful love, beautiful love, beautiful Ma, beautiful Ma, beautiful love, beautiful love, beautiful Ma, beautiful Ma, beautiful love, beautiful love, beautiful Ma, beautiful Ma, right here, right here, right now. Jai Ma. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, happy Mother's Day. This carnation, my friends, we got on April 14th. It still looks so beautiful, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a carnation from a celebration of life for my dad, Don Raleigh. And it still has such a sweet smell. So beautiful. Thank you again, Gina Salā. What a gift. Oh, so much love.
Boy, likewise, blessed to be here.
Yay. All right. So, friends, if this service has inspired you in any way, I invite you to please consider giving to our center from your overflow. And we do have a giving affirmation. I'm going to take a moment now to give, and then first we'll do the affirmation, and then I'm going to take a moment, and then we'll go into our benediction. How's that? So, from the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It does great work in the world.
It does great work in the world.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
And so it is.
All right. So, my friends, there is a give button on Facebook, and I'm going to do that real quick. And I think Travis has pasted it also, PayPal opportunity if you desire to use PayPal. I love how fast this is. So I'm just going to do this. Do. All right, done. Thank you, loves. Okay, so won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that you ever need do is look within, and it is here you will find you are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life
Life
is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life
Life
is in
my body.
body.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is
Life
in my
Life is in my
pocketbook.
pocketbook.
I think it.
I think
Think
it.
it.
I feel it.
I feel
feel
it.
it.
I believe it.
I
I
believe it.
believe it.
I express it.
I
I
express
express
it.
it.
I accept it
I
I
accept it
accepted it.
just the way that it is,
just the
Just
way
the
that
way
it
that it
is,
is.
and just the way that it is not.
and
And
just the
just
way that it is not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you,
Thank
life.
you, life.
Woohoo.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for a beautiful service.
Wonderful. And don't forget, we have coffee and conversation on Zoom. So I posted the Zoom link there. I hope to see you there. I'm going to bring Gina up front and close. If you could play a couple of bars as we end this love stream. Thank you so much, everybody. We love you.
Lay back in the arms of love. Lay back in the arms of love. Rest back in the arms, beloved. You are safe from harm. Rest back in the arms of love. And lay back in the arms of love. Lay back in the arms of love. Rest back in the arms, eternal one. You are safe from harm. Rest back in the arms of love. Thank you, Mom. And lay back in the arms of love. Thank you for this powerful love. Gives us the power in this life. Is always here inside. It's a womb, not a tomb, perhaps, that we feel. What a great line, Elizabeth. And lay back in the arms of love. And rest back in the arms of love. Thank you so much.